insides depleted to the point of stable glue. Then you'll get along. Then you'll get along. So steady as she goes. Steady as she goes. So steady as she goes. Steady as she goes. Well, here we go again. You found yourself a friend that knows you well. But no matter what you do, you'll always feel as though you tripped and fell. So steady as she goes. Settle for a world neither up or down. Sell it to the crowd that has gathered round. Settle for a girl neither up or down. Sell it to the crowd that has gathered round. So steady as she goes. 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 So steady as she goes. Steady as she goes. Steady as she goes. Are you steady now? 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 Steady as she goes.
Hey everybody, it's the top of the hour, but even a virtual comedy theater doesn't start on time. So, you've got some time to grab yourself a snack, maybe get a drink, share out the link with your friends and family who aren't already in the stream, because the Pozi Comedy Show will begin in about 2.5 minutes. Welcome to the virtual Stab Comedy Theater. It's time for Body Pozi Comedy. Please welcome to your screen your host, Dan Smith.
Hey everybody, and welcome to Body Pozi. Hey, Happy New Year! January 2021, we made it through 2020. Hell yes. Woo!
Yay.
I hope you all have been doing well the last few months during the time of the Rona. Let me tell you, my biggest fear during this whole thing has been, is this going to turn into a zombie apocalypse? No, that sounds far-fetched, but hear me out. In my head, I've been referring to you guys as the Walking Dead for years now. Dead to me, anyway. You know, like a lot of people, like a lot of everybody else in the entertainment business, I've had to do pick up a side hustle to earn some extra cash. So, you know, I started an OnlyFans. Yeah, please subscribe. You know, I need the income. If you're worried about seeing me in uncompromising positions, though, don't worry. It's just videos of me doing wheelie tricks 20 years ago, because I'm too old for that shit now. It hasn't been all bad, though, so far in 2021. Hey, we have a new president. Woo!
Woo!
Yes,
Yay.
yes. I heard that Donald Trump, when he leaves the White House, now that he's left the office, he's considering going back to The Apprentice. I've also heard that he's in talks to become the next host of The Biggest Loser. Anyway, as Jesse said, I'm Dan Smith. You can call me Dan the Can't Stand Up Comedian. For any of you that don't know me, allow me to explain. For those of you that do know me, you're going to be sick of this joke. Sick of this bit. I've been in a chair my whole life. I have spina bifida. There's 3 different types of spina bifida. There's occulta, meningocele, and myelomeningocele. Now, myelomeningocele is the most severe form, and that's the form I have. Because I've always said, if you're going to commit to something for your whole life, go all out or get the fuck out. I fucked that joke up a little bit. So anyway, yeah. So I've been in a chair my whole life. I lost track of what I was saying. So I'm gonna.
You've been in a wheelchair your whole life.
But yeah, I've been in a wheelchair for my whole life. Myelomeningocele. Never mind. I'm gonna go on to my next one. I hope you all are doing well today. Gotta tell you, I'm having a little bit. I'm a little bit grumpy today. Kind of having a bad day. This morning when I took a shower, my shower bench, the leg of it snapped right off, and down I went. You know, crashed in the shower. So I'm okay, but I'm gonna tell you, the fucked up part is now I don't have a leg to sit or stand on. And then made some eggs, and my eggs were runny, and that really pissed me off. Yeah, I don't appreciate it when my breakfast tries to show me up. Runny eggs.
Yes.
One of my biggest dreams growing up was to be in the Paralympics someday. Now I never got there as an athlete, but I did go as a spectator one time. And I'm gonna need some audience participation in this joke. So I'm gonna act out 3 sports that I saw while I was at the Paralympics, and you're gonna tell me what sports I'm doing, okay? So here's the first one. All right.
Basketball.
Basketball.
Basketball. That was easy. All right. Here's the next one.
Swimming.
Swimming. That's an excellent guess. Yeah. The answer, though, we were looking for is drowning. You can't swim in a wheelchair. All right. Last but not least, here we go.
Oh. Wait. The hurdles.
You guys have seen this. Come on. What is it? You guys know.
100-yard dash. 100 yard.
Come on. It's the hurdles.
I
The
said
wheelchair
hurdles.
hurdles. You knew that. I'm going to tell you one quick story. Not so quick, but I'm going to tell you one story, and then we're going to bring up your first comedian of the evening. I went to Vegas last weekend with some friends. It was me, my buddy Skip, who was a great guy despite having the most ableist name ever, and his girlfriend Becky. I didn't like Becky. Becky was a Karen. So it was the three of us. Yes, I was the third wheel. And the fourth, fifth, and sixth wheel. Anyway, we were walking and rolling down the strip late one night when I started to hear the strange slapping sound. Sort of sounded like, I didn't know what it was. I thought maybe it was some BDSM enthusiasts giving each other spankings on the street. I didn't see anything like that, but I did see all these guys lined up against the sidewalk slapping these little trading cards against their palms. I didn't know if it was baseball cards or Magic the Gathering. There did seem to be a lot of incels out tonight. But no matter what, everybody that passed by, everybody was getting one of these little cards practically thrown at them as they passed by. Everybody but me, that is. Yeah. The guys were completely ignoring me. Skip, on the other hand, he was keeping his cards in the front pocket of his pants, so the bulge in his pants was getting pretty big the more cards he got. Yeah, the weird thing is the bigger the bulge in his pants got, the more mad Becky got. See, I always thought the bigger the bulge in his pants, the happier his partner would be. But I don't know. She was giving him all kinds of shit saying, Dan doesn't care about these cards. The cards I wasn't being given. Why can't you be more like Dan? I thought that was pretty awesome. I was feeling pretty good about myself as we crossed the street. We got to the other side of the road, and I said to Skip, hey, let me see one of those cards. So he showed it to me. It turned out it was this little trading card size ad for a strip club or an escort service in the area. Yeah, basically it was a little sex card. And then it really hit me. These motherfuckers passing out the cards, they're intentionally keeping them away from me like I'm some sort of child. Yeah, and that bitch Becky, she's acting like I'm too sweet and innocent for such dirty thoughts. Fuck that. I like pussy too. Little bedroom rodeo, riding the wild baloney pony. I got so mad I went up to the first porn card peddler I saw. I got right in his face. Okay, I got 2 feet from his face. Yeah. And I yelled. I said, hey, can I have one too, please? For the next block and a half, it was raining porn cards on me. Look, I get it. People think that because my legs don't work, my dick doesn't work. Hey, I'm not totally paralyzed from the waist down. I'm going to leave you with this. My wife and I just celebrated our 14th wedding anniversary. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you. 14 years later, I've never gotten any complaints. Just a lot of agreeing and finding God. Oh my God, yes! In 14 years, people still ask me, is your wife also in a wheelchair? It's like me asking you, hey, so is your spouse also asking me fucking stupid questions? No, she's not in a wheelchair. She has a fetish for them. My lady likes her role play. Anyway, thank you very much. That's going to be my time. I'm going to bring up your first comic of the evening. Before I do, if you're at home watching or on Zoom, go ahead and turn your cameras off if you will. That'll highlight the comic on screen. But leave your microphones on. That way we can hear you laugh. So with that out of the way, I'm going to bring up our first guest, very special guest, regular on the show, or with the show. He's our producer. Ladies and folks, please welcome our producer, our fearless leader. Derek! Yay!
Dan, thank you so much. I am thrilled to be here. But first of all, everyone, in these trying times, now that Joe Biden has been elected into the White House, I need to start with an announcement. Okay? Please, everyone, we all need to be nicer to white people with dreadlocks, okay? Now that it is 2021, we all have to loosen up on white people with dreadlocks, because I really believe what's happened is that the mean white people, the business white people, you know, the manipulative Wall Street white people have tricked black people and brown people and liberal people into being mad at the only really cool white people. Hippies, you know? Hippies are cool. Loosen up on the hippies, you know? They'll share their drugs with you. They'll be your friend. I just really think, most of all, I think that if you are yelling at somebody about their haircut, you're not on the right side of the issue. You know, just loosen up on people about their haircuts. The only haircut we've really forbidden is the Hitler mustache. And then Michael Jordan kind of tried to take that back. So I don't know if we've really outlawed any hairdo, okay? So let's loosen up. Let's loosen up. Dan Smith is a fucking cutie, isn't he? I'm a big fan of Dan Smith. I think if I had brought Dan Smith home with me when I came out to my parents, I think that whole fucking thing would have gone differently, you know? I think my family may have accepted me. I think Dan's the cutie that was the missing link in my parents' acceptance. Have you ever seen anybody riding two bicycles at one time? You know, rolling down the street with two different bicycles, and they're able to pedal both. I never picture that person is about to run into a friend and be like, here you go, buddy, the bicycle you requested, you know? Whenever I see one motherfucker with two modes of transportation, I think it's nefarious. One person using heel skates while trying to motorcycle, I think that's criminal behavior. If you, sir, are trying to ride a moped and inline roller skates, I think you're a criminal, okay? If you are in a semi pickup truck and trying to maneuver that pickup truck with a skateboard, I think you're untrustworthy, you know? I'm just sure somebody riding two bicycles at once probably stealing at least one of those bicycles, you know? They acquired one bicycle along their bicycling journey. I don't know. I personally, I hate astrology, okay? I hate it. I'm not into astrology. Nothing disappointing, but personally, I am a gay, non-binary, bisexual, high school, college dropout. The few people that really want to fuck me are so disappointed to learn I hate astrology, you know? I grew up around a lot of white people. I know, I don't mean to brag. I just grew up in the suburbs. There were a lot of white people there, okay? And I grew up around a lot of white people that would never say the N-word, never say the N-word. But they loved to tell me, Derek, did you know that slavery was actually invented by Africans? See, the Europeans went to Africa and the Africans were enslaving each other, and the Africans gave the slaves to the Europeans. These people, okay, constantly were trying to convince me that the problem with slavery was the idea, not the application. You know, these people were constantly trying to convince me, Derek, you know black guys are just so fucking cool. We can't resist. We see black guys doing this cool stuff, and we gotta do it. It's like a dance move. It's like hip hop. It's the new Jordans. We saw you guys enslaving each other. It's just so cool. couldn't resist. Not our fault. Don't blame us. I used to be a polyamorous person myself. I used to consider myself polyamorous. And polyamory, what that means is if I want to fuck you, then I want you to get fucked by other people too. I don't want to hog it up to myself. You know, if you got free time not fucking me, I want you to get fucked. You know, that's what I think polyamory means. And I think that's a less scary way of putting it. I'm also a bisexual, but what that means to me is whatever genitals you have, I'd like to see them. I'm curious, you know? Just put it right in my face and let me investigate. I'm all about it. Let me see. You got a fat, a skinny, and in between? I really would like to know. That sounds beautiful and really like unique to me. I grew up going to youth groups, you know? I know I seem like this expert of gayness, but truthfully, it's kind of recent that I came out. I came out at 25, so it's been like 6-7 years of this gayness in public, but I grew up going to youth group, and I grew up singing these gospel choirs, and once upon a time, I was in youth group at this rehearsal for choir, holding hands with the youth minister next to me. And this large, very tall, dark-skinned man with beautiful, firm fingers. I held his hand in my hand. And as I closed my eyes to pray to Jesus, I couldn't help but picture and wonder if his cock was as firm and plump as his fingers were in my hand. And I really thought, good people, I thought Satan was trying to get a hold of me. I thought Satan was trying to reach into my mind and take me over, okay? But I realized then that that's some gay you can't pray away. That gayness just stuck. I tried to get rid of it, but I couldn't. Is anyone out there scared of Ouija boards?
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah.
If you're scared of Ouija boards, well, I'm not. This isn't even a joke. This isn't a joke. I promise you, me, Derek. You can call me, you can message me at any time that you are afraid of Ouija boards because of this detail, this fact I'm about to give you. It's going to alleviate your fears. Did you know the Mattel Corporation manufactures and sells every Ouija board? And if the Mattel Corporation could put spirits and magic into paper and plastic, they would use them on Barbie dolls and not Ouija boards, you know? They would do much more nefarious, magical things with their abilities than put those magic into Ouija boards to answer our secrets and channel ghosts. They can't do it. The Mattel Corporation cannot channel spirits, and you do not need to have that fear. And I will be here with you through that journey of no longer being afraid of Ouija boards. How am I on time? Huh? Am I
You're good. You got a couple more minutes. Another minute.
Good. Then let me say to you, I grew up in California, okay? Here in California, to me, I really feel like Asian people, to me, growing up as a medium brown person, you know, I came to exist because two prison guards fell madly in love. Two prison guards loved each other so much, they decided, let's make a little brown child to hate at home. You know, they were very diligent workers, very hard workers. They were looking for some overtime, thought if they made some brown kids to hate at home, they would get a little more money for that skill. Oh yes, but I grew up here in California, and I found that Asian people are black to me. You know, Asian people, you're the same as my blackness. Because less than 40, 50 years ago, here in California, the Japanese citizens got rounded up They rounded up the Japanese people and they took them away from their businesses and they put them in buses and they shipped them to the South. And they made Japanese people work on farms and do farming. And I don't know about you, my good audience, people out there in internet land, but I think that is the real a nigger experience. You know, that's the full slave experience. That is the black experience in America. If you have been enslaved by white people, I think that is the full experience. So now, when I see an old Asian lady in the supermarket and I smile at her and she smiles back at me, really, what we are exchanging is, hey, I'm not going to let any white people round you up and ship you off. Not today. Not in this Trader Joe's. I'm keeping an eye out. You know, that one smile really tells a lot. I also have a little input, a little suggestion on how to be PC, how to be politically correct in a 2021 world. You know, if you are questioning how do I do racial impressions? I used to love to do a racial impression for my pals, and we'd all have a good laugh. Well, you still can. But instead of doing black guy voice, you know, don't do an average black guy voice. Be more specific. Pick one black guy. Why not do Mike Tyson? He's the world champion. You can pick Mike Tyson, and that's the black guy voice you can do. You know, just be more specific. Instead of doing Japanese voice, why not do George Takei? It's okay to be Takei. George Takei, oh, Commander Zulu. That's a good voice. Why not do that voice? Instead of doing Mexican, why not do Cheech Marino? You know, roll one up, man. It's not racist if you're doing an individual. And that is the tip I will leave you with. Love yourself, love your bodies. We started doing this show for the sake of reminding everybody to love themselves, no matter what might be between your legs or what could be between your legs in the future, what your skin looks like or how chubby you may be. Love yourself. Thank you for watching our show. Thank you, Dan Smith, for giving me some time. And please give it up and show some love to Jesse Jones and Stab Comedy, as well as all the comics you're going to see tonight. So thank you. Thank you so much, Dan.
Woo!
Yay.
Derek, thank you. Hey, Derek, what's for dinner? Let's go to your parents' house. Let's get you accepted.
Let's do it, buddy. I'm ready.
All right. Hey, I forgot to tell you, but when on top of the show, you guys like my room, my background? Yeah, this is my room in my house. This is what might be called the man cave, and I call it the Dan cave. But I'm going to show you around a little bit. As you can see, I hope it's been taken over. Yeah, it's been taken over. We got 2 kittens.
Aww.
Yeah, and they're around here somewhere. I don't know. I'm not going to be able to show them to you, but yeah. So now we call this room the pussy lair.
Pussy control.
You know. But I know one of my cats' name is Emily. The other cat's name is Stevens. I've always wanted a cat named Stevens because I want to say,
Cat
this is
Stevens.
my cat Stevens. But you can call him Yusuf. Anyway, hey, all right, I want to bring on our next comedian. Folks, our next comedian, she's not only a fantastic comedian, she's also an incredible artist. She did a series the last few months of Sacramento comedians, and I was hoping she would do a painting of me. And just this week, look what I saw on Facebook. Can you see it? Yeah, there it is. It's me. Andel, that's me. It's a little painting of me that our next comedian did. I'm so excited to bring her on. Please welcome Kelly Brown.
Yeah.
Hi, Dan. Thank you.
Yeah, Kelly.
I I have a number of medical conditions that affect the way that I see myself and my body. And I guess the most interesting one is that I have really bad arthritis.
Mm.
And I've had 4 of my joints replaced. 5 if you count my right shoulder, which I've had replaced twice. And my right arm is so weak now that I can't lift anything heavier than a glass of white wine. Okay. I've also had my left hip replaced and both big toe joints in both of my feet. So I have so much metal in my body that my kids call me Robo Mom. Okay. I also have Raynaud's disease, which makes it so that I have absolutely no feeling in my right hand at all. And I have to depend on other people for anything involving manual dexterity. Just the other day, I had to have a friend come over and masturbate for me.
Woo! I want to see that.
I've had body dysmorphia all of my life. And I think it's really ironic that at the age of 60, I finally feel good about the way I look.
Mm-hmm.
I actually, I'm so confident I've started fooling around with younger guys. And I can think of at least 10 reasons why they want to fool around with me. Do you want to hear what they are?
Yeah.
Number 1, I have a pussy. Number 2, I'm unlikely to reproduce. Number 3, I'm not looking for a commitment. Number 4, I would be grateful. Number 5, I've been sucking dick since before you were born. That gets much more loud. Okay, number 6, I have a pussy. Number 7, I have my own money. Number 8, I won't be there when you wake up in the morning. Number 9, I can cook. And number 10, I have an asshole. I bet you didn't see that one coming, did you? All right. I have also been diagnosed with a number of mental disorders. Would you like to know what those are?
Please.
Yes. Okay. I have all the popular ones. I have major depressive disorder, panic attacks. Yes, clap if you share. Bipolar disorder, hypochondria. That's when your doctor is in denial about the severity of your illness. I have agoraphobia, which is a fear of fuzzy sweaters. Then there's schizoaffective disorder, which is when you don't really have schizophrenia, it only feels like you do. And chronic pain disorder, which is when you're not really in pain, it only feels like you are. I also have anatodophobia, which is a fear of ducks. That's when you know that somewhere in the world, a duck or a goose is watching you. Not attacking you, not touching you, just watching you. I also have electrophobia, which is an intense fear of chickens. I panic every time I see a chicken or even think about chickens. Gets worse when I know I'm about to encounter a chicken, unless it's fried chicken. I guess what? How much time is that?
Not a minute.
Have a minute?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's pretty much it, except for the colon cancer. Then.
Well, you can do that.
Oh no, Kelly, what happened?
Whoa, no.
No.
What do you
I don't
mean?
know.
What colon cancer, Kelly?
Thank you.
I just got it. Oh no, Kelly.
I'm glad you
Jesus.
asked. I am so glad you asked. Well, it all started last year, about a year ago, and I went to the gastroenterologist, and she told me I had to have a colonoscopy as soon as possible. And I asked her, when that would be, and she said, I don't know. I'm pretty backed up, but I'm sure they can fit you in. Anyway, I'm thinking that's all I need is a smart SGI. But I had that colonoscopy, and then I had cancer, and so they scheduled surgery for like a month out ahead. And I knew I was going to die on the table. I mean, I knew it. I was so afraid of dying that I became suicidal. Which is, that would be an oxymoron. So anyway, I spent a month being so depressed and so miserable in anticipation of this, when I could have been having fun. I just totally wasted my time, and I could have been having fun, right? So when they told me it came back, I decided that I was not going to worry about it. I was just going to have fun until I couldn't anymore, right? And then you know what they did?
What?
They indefinitely postponed my surgery because of COVID. Oh, wait. Did I mention I only they took out a third of my colon? I forgot to mention that, didn't I? That would have been the point. But it's really amazing, how much colon you don't need. That's really all I have. As Derek was talking, I was recalling another I like to do lists, and it was like, I'm so white, blah blah blah. But I won't do that this time.
Kelly, please. I have some white people jokes. Let me give you one of mine. I'll give you one of my white people jokes, and then please give me at least one of yours. Okay, here's one of my white people jokes, okay? Okay. Actually, I got to do two in conjunction, okay? I got to do two because they taste better that way. White people are so hungry, you have to give them a cookie to convince them to give blood. White people are, what is it? Ooh. Oh man. I'm forgetting all my white people jokes, Kelly. I was all loaded and ready, and I think I only have, what do we got? What do you got? You got a white people joke for us? Am I alone in podcast land? Dan, okay.
I don't have any white people jokes.
I awkward transitioned us into this beautiful moment. Well, Dan, thank you for being here, and I love your face. And Kelly, thank you for doing a great set. I thought we were doing a fun bit together, and just like we planned, Kelly and I planned for this awkward moment to gift to you, audience, I hope you laugh it up. Dan, let me give it to you, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, thank you, Kelly. Thank you very much. That was a great set. Thank you very much. I want to go ahead and introduce your next comedian. Speaking of not having much colon, I can't take this shit. That didn't work. Never mind. Obviously comedy has changed since COVID hit. We can't do live comedy anymore. Can't hang out with our comedian friends at open mics anymore. But so now we have them on our Zoom shows, and that's one of your next comedian. I miss seeing him out at clubs and at mics. So I'm really pleased to introduce to you our next comedian. Please welcome Jesse Rivera.
Woo! Hey, how's it going, everybody? My name is Jesse Rivera, and I am a comedian, just like Dan said. He's not lying. Hey, man, let's give it up for our host, Dan, the Can't Stand Comedians. Give it up one time for Dan.
Yeah.
Dan, I love Dan. I love Dan. I love going places with Dan because he gets us the best parking spots no matter where we go. He is an asset to have with you. Another great thing about Dan, he's never going to be rude and walk away from you mid-sentence.
He was going to take me to a Rage Against the Machine concert just to use my parking.
Yeah, but that didn't work out. Damn it, that didn't work out. I want to say, Derek, those guys on bicycles, they're tweakers is what they are. They're anyone with more than one bike is a tweaker. And I love Derek. I love Derek so much, but I don't trust anyone who uses the word nefarious more than conversation. I feel like he's got some nefarious actions up his sleeve. My name's Jesse Rivera, and I don't know if you can tell because like with Instagram and all of the social medias, I've mastered the selfie of like not looking fat from the neck up, right? But I am a Mexican, so like as a precursor to that, I think you should know that I am overweight, borderline everything. I mean, I have more borderlines than Colorado, Mexico, Nevada, all those states that don't even have borders. But yeah. Hey man, Derek mentioned, man, we're in some trying times right now, man. Things are tough, and we've all got to do our part to help each other out, right? Like supporting small businesses, supporting local. I myself am subscribed to 10 OnlyFans right now. I am helping out 10 single moms. I don't know what you guys are doing. I'm doing 1 month at a time, man. 1 month at a time. Kelly, did Kelly leave? I really wanted Kelly to stay because I love Kelly. I love Kelly so much, and she does those little drawings of people, and I keep messaging her, Kelly, draw me like one of your French girls. She finally blocked me the other day on Instant Messenger. I'm kind of sad about that. This COVID hit, man, and the masks. I hope you guys are masking up. I hope you're wearing a mask. You guys ever notice like the people that wear the mask that have like the obnoxious clown face, right? Those people, they're always assholes. I've never met a nice person that was wearing that mask, right? And that mask is always like 10 years old. Like they were waiting to seize the moment to wear that mask. But guys, like the mask rules are super serious. It's kind of, they didn't have to get super hard on us here in Sacramento, here in Northern California, because like we played by the rules. Like there was some people that were opposed it, some people that weren't, but we pretty much played by the rules. But like in Monterey, the masking policy got so tough because people were refusing to wear a mask. The first time they caught you without a mask, it was a $500 fine. The second time they caught you without a mask, it was $1,000 fine. The third time they caught you without a mask, they just fucking came up and gave you COVID. like a different would come up and cough in your face. And the vaccines, there's so much problems going on with the vaccine. Like, have you been hearing about like all these problems of like they're having trouble like getting shots in people's arms, like that they're short staffed. They don't have the resources to go around and like help people give shots. And they're like, they don't know what to do. Like, where can we find people to help give shots? And I was like, I see like 20 guys in my local park just giving each other shots every day, all day. Like in the toes, in the arms, and they're giving shots to each other in places I didn't even know you could give shots. So I think if they're looking for people to help shoot people up, they should really check the local parks, because I see a lot of guys helping out there. So we got a new president, yes. And this guy went right to work. On his first day in office, he said he was gonna stop building that wall, right? The border between the United States and Mexico, the controversial wall to keep everybody out, he's gonna stop building it. But this morning, Mexico came back and said, yeah, we've been watching you guys the last couple of weeks, and tell you what, we're gonna go ahead and finish the wall. It's on us. It's on us. Don't worry. We're gonna get it done in a week, under budget, and don't be asking to see our stinking permits. You know, Mexicans get shit done. It might take a 30-pack, but you know, I talked about being Mexican earlier, and it's really been the source of a lot of pride for me, right? Because like I'm a first-generation American. I'm a dreamer. I'm one of the dreamers, man. I'm one of the people that they wanted to shut down, but I'm here, right? And now our new president has a bust of Cesar Chavez behind him in his office. How crazy is that, right? But being Mexican comes with a high price, because we have a very, very high carb diet. Let me tell you, everything Mexicans currently eat, they eat like they're preparing to go work in the fields for 12 hours, but we're not. We're gonna go sit at a desk for 12 hours and binge watch while we work. And like it's got me, like I said earlier, like I'm borderline everything. Like I'm borderline diabetic, I'm borderline high cholesterol, I'm borderline all of that. And it's a scary place to be, especially because like when COVID started, right? Like when COVID started and the news reporters were coming on the news and they were talking about like who really needed to watch out for COVID, it really felt like they were talking right at me, right? Because they're like, COVID is attacking people, but you really need to be afraid if you're obese, right? And I was like, oh, shit. Like COVID is attacking everybody, and you really need to be afraid if you're a Latino, obese, right? And I was like, shit. And they're like, you need to be afraid if you're a male Latino who's obese. It felt like they were talking right at me, but you know, I've been working on it. In fact, even before COVID, I decided to I wanted to do something about my weight, and I went to Weight Watchers, you know. And it took a lot of courage to go to Weight Watchers, to muster up the courage to go there. And let me tell you, when I first got there, I saw something that made me really scared, and I was really afraid. There was 6 of us in that elevator going up to the second floor. And the elevator said max capacity 1,200 pounds. And I was like, a couple of you guys could really afford to take the stairs, you know? But I got there, and, you know, we were sitting there, and it was super quiet. And like, have you ever been in a room that's like so quiet, like you could hear a pin drop, right? Well, I was in this room, and it was so quiet. But it wasn't a pin you could hear dropping. All you could hear in this room was like, like you could hear the chairs moving, but like nobody was moving, right? Like the chairs were just like, oh, like holding on for dear life, like get them off of me, right? But I didn't stick to the Weight Watchers because I'm a quitter. No, I didn't stick to the Weight Watchers because I just started like eating clean, you know, and being positive and being more active. And on my own, without Weight Watchers, I lost like 80 pounds, you know? Yeah. I lost thanks.
Yeah.
I lost like 80 pounds and I found some confidence, you know? I found some self-esteem, you know? I found my dick, you guys. I found it. He was there.
Oh.
Long. And you know what? He's a little bit longer than I thought he was. Yeah, my dick's a male because he's an asshole. Listen, yeah, so with that newfound confidence, you guys, like, I had never been like confident in dating girls, right? But with this newfound confidence, I was like, oh, I'm gonna get back out there. And believe it or not, like, I started dating this girl. She was like 20 years younger than me. And I'm 49, so she was, you do the math, right? And guys, it was going great, right? And then but like all of a sudden one day she came up to me and she's like, babe, do you think your doctor would say it was safe for you to take Viagra? And I was like, babe, my doctor doesn't think it's safe for me to take the stairs. He doesn't want me to take Viagra. And she was like, well, couldn't you ask? And I was like, all right, I'll ask. So the next time I went and saw my doctor, I was like, hey, doc, you think it's okay if I take some Viagra? And he was like, how about you take some stairs first, Jess? Then we'll talk about the Viagra. And I was like, oh, come on, doc, please. And he was like, okay, Jess, I'll let you take some Viagra. So he walks over, right, and he gets one of like those like sample packets of Viagra, you know, and he's walking back over to me, and as he's walking back over to me, right, he stopped sounding like a doctor, and all of a sudden he sounded a lot more like a friend who was about to give me a real powerful edible, you know. Like, he came up to me, he's like, look, Jess, I'm gonna give you these, but don't take the whole thing, take like half, all right? Take half of one and wait about 30 minutes. See, better yet, just take a quarter of one. I say, guys, before I knew it, I was microdosing Viagra, right? And we were having ourselves a good time, right? Like every once in a while, like I'd shave off a little bit of it and snort it. Just do it quicker, right? Oh, man. Good times, guys, good times. But I just want to say, Dan, thank you for having me on this show. It's been a lot of fun. I wasn't kidding earlier when I said, like, support your locals. Like, do it any way you can. Buy their art, subscribe to their OnlyFans, do what you can. Like, yeah, I just want to give a shout out to, look at this, Kicksville Vinyl here in Sacramento. It's a really cool vinyl shop. Also want to shout out to my telenovela homies. Woo! We're still around. We're still around. And yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and give it back to you, Dan. That is exactly 12 minutes. All right, it was 11 minutes and 55 seconds, but I think I said everything I wanted to say. And so, all right.
Yay, I'm sorry I missed that.
That's okay, Kelly. That's okay.
I mean, you knew you could microdose the little purple happy pills.
You can microdose
Go
anything.
try that. Thank you, Jesse. We got one more comedian for you tonight. Before your headliner, before I bring him on, I'm gonna introduce you to the headliner of my house. This is my wife, Anna.
Hi.
Yeah.
I didn't realize I was going to say hello.
I like to surprise her. You know, tomorrow's her birthday. Birthday surprise. Happy birthday. Anyway, as I said, tonight's headliner is, as I said earlier, live comedy has changed. You know, it's all on Zoom now. There's some bad parts, but there's also some great parts. You get to meet people from all over, meet great comedians from all over. Your next comedian is one of those people for me. He's the host of 3 different Zoom mics, so I'm happy to be giving him some stage time for once. Please welcome David Hable.
Hey y'all, I'm David Hable. I'm coming to you from East Tennessee. Let's see. Yeah, I host 3 different open mics. The one that I really need to plug is Off Mic Open Mic, which is run by Off Mic Comedy School, which is a virtual comedy school that I work with. So I can give you more information on that afterwards. I feel a little like I am like a Pokemon combined with like British celebrity, because when I was like when I was young, I looked like Harry Potter, and now I look like I evolved into John Lennon.
Does look like Lennon.
So I played a lot of Grand Theft Auto at friends' houses when I was younger. Now I play Grand Theft Auto Immune Disorder at my own. No, the virtual colony has done a lot for accessibility for me. I was hosting one mic a week in person regularly before the pandemic hit, and I just felt trashed every time. And now I'm hosting 3 mics in 4 nights every week and able to do it all right because I'm not running around so much. So yeah, I have had back pain for coming on 20 years now. I've got scoliosis in 2 places, which means it's spinal curvature. Also, I was in a car crash in 2018, which I was lucky enough to walk away from, but it definitely did something. But so I've had these back issues for a while, and like it's a little frustrating because if I had known how much it was going to hurt now, like I would have been tough through so much more pain when I was like a kid. There's like so much I wouldn't have skipped on. But now I'm in a state that doesn't care a lot about the pandemic. And, it sucks. Like it really sucks because for instance, I was having kidney issues before the pandemic hit. So I had to quit cigarettes when the pandemic hit because I was like, well, my lungs are always hurting. How am I going to know if I'm sick? But I got to points in my life where I was having existential questions about, why am I getting fast food? And, is this, self-care? Or is this like subliminal death by chalupa? Like, like, am I flirting with death right now? You might think I'm joking, but I'm not kidneying. I can't believe I said that. But yeah, in 2014, I wound up bedridden for a while because I hit a point with depression, and I went back to my hometown, and like my friends had moved on because it had been like several years since we all graduated high school. And so like it was rough for a while. Like I had to fight to regain my mobility after that, just because I got so sad for a while. And I took in somebody who was traveling, and they told me about Uber. So within weeks, I was hitting 2 mics a week using Uber and spending about a third of my budget on 2 Uber trips every week because I didn't have a vehicle at the time. Now, when I did get a vehicle, it wound up being a stick shift car, which for someone who struggles with issues like fibromyalgia, like is not the greatest thing. But like I talked to my folks about it, and they're like, do you want a car or not? So yeah, I accepted it. But like later on, I kind of figured out that like maybe they had given that to me on purpose to like keep me closer to home. And when I figured that out, like the next thing I did was like I was driving to West Virginia and stuff like that. Just like I'm gonna go as far away in this car as I can. But yeah, I know we're out of the holidays, but like the turkey wrap I think is timeless. And like we always consider turkey as a food and as a concept. So I'm gonna do the turkey rap for you, and it's to the tune of Three Doors Down Kryptonite. If I get sleepy, will you still call me Turkey Man? If I'm alive and well, will you be there holding my ham? I really don't mind what happens between now and then, as long as we have leftovers in the end. Tryptophan, yeah. Thank you. So I'm adopted. I was removed from my biological parents at 4 and had to spend the next few years playing catch up to my peers. And like there's a lot of stuff that like I was able to address by being put into a good family, but confidence was not one of them. And like I wound up like not doing so well in college the first 2 times. And like being the adopted son of 2 college professors, I was just like, well, I might as well kick myself out. And so like, I ran away from home, like wound up in Upper New York, pretending to be a student at a university. And like, there's just some wild adventures that I had to have at 19. And, you know, I guess that's what the end of your teenage years are for. But, you know, I did that and I did some programs, but nothing really helped me find my voice like comedy, I would say, because like it made me have to make really clear distinctions about like what I'll stand by and what I won't stand by. And so it's done a lot for me. Let's see. I wonder if Tom Jones ever meditates. Tom Jones. Have you ever met someone who's so calm that it just irritates you? You just want to come up to them and say, I don't appreciate that melatonin in your voice. I know I look a little like Millennial Duck Dynasty. You know what I found out existed earlier today?
What?
Pictures of Joe Biden with a mullet. There is a picture of Joe Biden and Bill Clinton, and Joe Biden has a mullet. That's the most 90s picture I've ever seen. Let's see. I've been doing stand-up for almost 7 years now, so it's almost been a week in my life. This year, this fall, I'll have been making electronica for a decade.
Whoa.
Yeah. And I know that the difference between my ability musically and my ability as a comedian is that there were all those times when I wasn't able to leave my room because I was having issues with pain or issues with my body. And like, I was still able to make music because I could do it like on my iPod or I could do it on my computer. But as for comedy, I had to wait until I felt healthy again. And it sucked for a while. But just the Zoom community has done so much for that. Like, I don't have to feel terrific. But I don't have to worry about like falling down in public or, you know, dashing back and forth to the bathroom, you know, the fun stuff in life. Let's see, Taylor Swift and Tom Hiddleston were going out for a while. She wanted something casual, but he couldn't keep things low key. I only eat healthy when I think it'll benefit my comedy career. That's why I shop at Trader Joe's. I want to create a variety show with producers and comedians. I'd call it the Nightest Show. I like to dress exotically, but lately I've found that two wrongs don't make us right. I've been hosting virtual mics since this summer. I only recently realized that I've been talking into the wrong microphone this whole time. That's ironic, since two of them are feedback mics. It's very easy for me to take fruit for granted, but I try never to take pomegranate. I'm queer, Southern, and a comedian, so I guess you could say my pronouns are he/ha. Like I said earlier, I struggle sometimes. And the other day I was searching Phil Collins lyrics, but I typed in Phil Collins lyrica, and when the results came up, I didn't care anymore. That's silly. I got really sick twice last year, which is true. Like, I'm not sure whether or not I had COVID, but I know that like I started using an inhaler after the first time, and they wouldn't test me for COVID at the time because I didn't have a temperature. You know, I was only having trouble breathing, which I'd never had before, so no big deal. But yeah, that's Tennessee. Like, this was also the same place where like I went to an appointment and the like interns were, their noses were unmasked. So I was like, I came here to get tested for COVID, not to make sure I have it. Let's see. But yeah, I got really sick twice last year. And I think that I might need to take an antibodies test because I don't think I'm right for an uncle body. There was a preacher who got kicked out of a shooting range. He followed all the rules, but he was asked to leave anyways because he wouldn't stop saying pew, pew. People say you are what you eat, but I ate a baked potato and I'm still not stoned. People have told me I always look like a stoner. People have always told me I look like a stoner, but I had these bags under my eyes before I ever smoked weed. That's insomnia. Like, they need to expand their thinking. Let's see. One time a cat knocked over a bottle of sriracha off a shelf and it hit my head and made me very sick. Cat sriracha fever. I like talking about plants, kink, and even religion at times, but I never expected to be able to combine the three. Succulent. I prefer my yogurt submissive. I don't eat fruity bottoms. My neighbors decided to trim their bushes yesterday. That means my days of naked cooking are over. I'm not ready for them to know only one of us values trimmed bush. All right, y'all, that's got to be pretty close to 15 minutes. But yeah, it's been so much fun to perform for y'all. Please check out my social media at Sonic116 and check out the comedy school I work with at Off Mic Comedy School on Facebook, Instagram, or their website, which is just offmycomedyschool.com. But they're offering classes, workshops to people, all sorts of great stuff. But thank you so much, Dan. It means a lot to be able to do this show, and thank you so much.
Thank you, David. That was fantastic. Thank you so much. Let's hear it again for David. That was great. Thank you so much. So good to have you on the show. And, you know, David is absolutely right. Zoom has created a wonderful comedy community, and it's been a pleasure to be a part of it with this Body Pozi show since last May now. Been going that long. You know, and it's been a pleasure to be doing it on Zoom. It's nice to not have to worry about falling off stage.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to in person again, but as David said, it's created a wonderful community, and I'm happy to be a part of it. So thank you again, David. And thank you, everybody, for watching. That's going to be our show for tonight. Thank you to all the comedians. Thank you to Jesse at Stab. Thank you to our producer and performer, Derek. Thank you for watching. Have a great month. We'll see you in February.
Thanks.
Thank you, Kelly.
Thanks, Dan.
Thank you, David. Thank you, Jesse Rivera, Jesse Jones, Dan Smith.
Thanks, Jesse.
This is Stab Comedy on Twitch. If you got a Prime membership, use your Prime membership to subscribe, like and subscribe on any method you can. But Twitch means the most to Stab Comedy. Thank you so much.
Thank you all. Thank you one more time. Dan, Derek, Jesse, Kelly, David. So much fun. That's it for us for tonight. That's all from Stab Comedy Theater TV. Let's send you guys over. Do be sure to check us out tomorrow with Stephen Ferris's How Do You Get There show. I believe Kelly will be there for that as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to be drawing.
That's going to be a good time. In the meantime, to send you off tonight, Twitch audience, if there's still some folk hanging out, let's see if we can get you over to the JoJo Has Fun crew. They're streaming. They don't do that often, so I'm going to see if I tried to get you guys over there before everybody left, but let's see. Let's see if there's anybody still going to be left that we can send over to JoJo. If so, oh, wait, no, JoJo, you got to turn your raids on. Looks like we can't raid JoJo Has Fun. So how about, let's send you over to Comedy Hub. Catch some more stand-up. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Hold on for the raid.